Alright folks, Troy here with InnerGeekZone.com, and we are finishing up our look at character creation in the upcoming MMO from ArenaNet, Guild Wars 2. If you've missed any of the previous character creation videos, you can hit the link in the annotation below, and there will also be an annotation link at the end of this video. Last but certainly not least, we're now looking at the humans of Tyria. Obviously, we're taking a look at the men first here, and as usual, we're going to run through all the professions here so you can get a look at what each armor type is going to look like on a human. And then we'll get into the actual character creation. We'll take the outfit off, that way we can see the different body types, body markings. Now, of course, there are no race class restrictions when it comes to Guild Wars 2, so any profession you want to be and any race you want to play, you can combine those to create the character that you want. We're scrolling through some of the facial options now. As you can tell, there are quite a few to choose from. Maybe not as much of a difference in some of these as there are for some of the other races, but of course you can further alter the looks of these with all the different detail sliders that we'll get into here in just a minute. Lots of nice, long, flowing fantasy-style hairdos for the men. There's also a few shorter cuts. Then you've got a few looks like afros, and there's the dreadlocks. Quite a few different options, and of course you can change the color of the hair as well as the color of the skin tone. As you can see down there at the bottom, quite a large color palette available in order to really customize these things. The males, of course, have facial hair options, and there's a number of these that we'll run through here real quick. The facial hair color corresponds with the color of the actual hair on top of the head. There's no separate color palette for those. And then, of course, we start getting into the facial detail sliders, where you can change things like eye angle, eye squint, the size of your nose, the size of your mouth, the size of your overall head. Lots of different sliders here that you can really get in and do a lot of detail work on how your character looks. And then, of course, once you've chosen your face and your body style, you're going to get to see your starting outfit and change the color palette on it to really work it around and customize it how you want. You start out with a somewhat limited color palette for your clothing dyes, but you can unlock more by playing the game, completing different quests and objectives, and also through the in-game store. And of course, once you've unlocked each color, it's yours to have and to hold forever and ever. So now we're going to take a look at the ladies, and there again we're going to run through all the professions so you can get an idea of what some of the armor looks like on the female humans. At this point, I don't think anybody's going to be surprised that some of these are pretty scantily clad. Female armor is notorious for not actually doing much covering and protecting of the female body. But that is what it is. So we'll move on and look at some of the body types here available for the female. Thankfully, not all of these body types are just necessarily absolute perfect Barbie dolls. There are a few where you can put some curves on her if you want to. There's not an actual boob slider. I know some people are probably going to be a little sad about that. The different faces, there again, especially when you're looking at the selection there on the right, it's kind of hard to tell a difference. When they get on the actual character, there's a little more difference in the females, in my opinion, than there is in the males. And as you can see, there are quite a fair number to choose from. And there again, of course, you get to go in with your detail sliders and change different aspects of the face. From here, you can change your skin tone and then move down to the hairstyles. And then you can change your hairstyle as well as the hair color. They've done a fairly good job here of making sure each race has its own particular set of hairstyles. In a lot of games out there, females of different races will end up sharing the same hairstyles and just trying to make them look different because they're on a different race of character. There are some overlaps between different races here, but each particular race has its own set of hairstyles that are unique to it and doesn't necessarily share every single hairstyle with every race out there. Once again, we'll run through some of the sliders that adjust the facial details and let you just kind of see what some of these do. Here you've got the eye color selection at the bottom. There again, with every race, some of these sliders affect certain aspects of each race, a little more or less depending on which race you're playing, but they all do have some effect on the face, and you can really use these to do a lot of detail work and really create the character that you want. And then, of course, once again, you get to choose the colors for your starting outfit. But that's going to do it for our look at human character creation in Guild Wars 2. You can hit the annotation at the end of the video to check out any character creation spotlights you may have missed. Hit up the blog at theinnergeekzone.com. And as always, thank you very much for watching.